Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing good. Myself, I'm feeling wonderful. So, if you're a person who have ever dealt with electricity in your life, or if you're a person who is happy to learn and eager to know about electricity, you're on the right place, mate. Stay there. So, this channel will be discussing everything and anything related to electricity. So, if you're here for the first time, please do have visit my first video where we discuss things about electricity, like what is basically electricity in a simple terms, and how the world looks like without electricity in our past. So on this video we'll be discussing about the problems of electricity. Yeah, I'm not a problematic guy. I'll make things very easier for you. So as we all know, like electricity wasn't founded or discovered on a single day. Like we say on 1652 August 22nd electricity was discovered. No, electricity was known for centuries. People treated electricity as a evil power or some magic or like some natural powers. So people knows electricity for centuries. On 600 BC, like we have a record of electricity being stated in old books. On yeah, if you say when the the term electricity was discovered is on 1652. They founded static electricity from certain materials, and they termed electricity, and the term was discovered in 1652. So again on 1732, Benjamin Franklin, so he had a kite experiment. You can look onto the Google for the experiment. So kite experiment. So he discovered electricity from lightning, like it's a natural one. So from lightning, he particularly described the some characteristics of electricity. And on 1799, so there was another experiment by Alexandro Volta, which is very famous. So he stated the continuous electric flow, like electricity can be treated as a continuous flow of charges, and which then later leads to the invention of battery. So this was the early time inventions of electricity. So on this, so we will feel like, oh okay, then these things happen, so people will have more happy life and peaceful life when electricity came on to them. No, it's not the case. People were dealing with so many problems on that time. Even though the inventions and easier life was a far future, they were dealing with lots of problems. So I think I'm not the right guy to discuss it. So I introduce the special character, Mr. Karandu Bhargavan, here to discuss about these things, like is his story, right? So he will be the one discussing about the problems he faced uh, on those times, on back centuries. Yeah, I think I will move my seat for him, so he will explain it for you. Bye, guys. Yeah, guys. So I'm Karandu Bhagavan. So that guy actually told me to discuss about the problems of electricity. But I'm not going to take you to the problems, but rather I would take you to the fun facts of electricity, those golden times where we had so lots of entertainment based on this electricity. So the first thing came to my mind is the first machine. We call the first machine from electricity was on 70, like the 1700s. I think it's a 1755. On that time, it was a electrophorus experiment. On an electrophorus experiment, there should be a basement plate, which is considered as a PVC plate. Then we use a silk cloth to rub it, which gets a static electricity. So on this basement plate, we use a metal plate with a insulator rod to stick on it. So all the charged particles spreaded on the basement plate get attracted to the conductor plate, and when we create a path using our finger, so all the base sides, if it's negative charge on the basement, the positive charge will concentrate on the top, and See, this is a conductor now. So if we put it close to anything like a metal thing or something, it will give a power to this thing. So if it was there was a charge in it, so it will move, this thing will move. So that's electrophorus equipment. That was the initial experiment during that time. And again on the 700s itself, on the 1740s itself, electricity was using to for dental treatment. Like if I have a toothache, I would rather go to a doctor, and the doctor will directly apply the electricity through wires to my teeth. See how painful it was. There was no control, nothing, just electricity made from some static things applied directly to your tooth. Well, it was causing problems thereafter. So then after, I still remember as a in magic shows or on the street, there was something called hanging young boys. So what I rather do, consider this is a young boy hanged with two silk cords. So this silk,
like a man is being hanged like this with the silk cords. So the silk cords are the number one secret. They are like the insulators. They don't conduct electricity. So there is a boy lying in here. So when say the magician come and touch the boy with the electric something like the electric thing. Maybe the charged bowl or something. If he touched with the electric thing, say it's a magic stick.
he would say it's a magic stick. You touch the boy, and the boy is, since the boy is in surrounded by air, hanged in air, he can't, the electricity can't flow back since it's a insulator. So the boy will act as a conductor.
And whenever we lay something behind this thing, like say paper, gold leaves, and the tiny particles which can be attracted, everything gets attracted to this boy. So it feels like a magic power. Even the people have surrounded to see this magic come closer and touch the boy, they will get shocked because this is a conducting thing. The body itself is a conducting thing. So that was one of the things going on that time.
Another one which you have never imagined. Everyone here have tried alfam, roasted things, air fried chicken, everything, right? So there was Benjamin Franklin. Everyone knows him, right? Benjamin Franklin tried his experiment in the 1800s in a turkey. He uses the electricity, the alternating current electricity, to roast a turkey. He in a live turkey, he placed the positive and negative charge to the turkey and tried to roast him. But you can never imagine what happened. The turkey run with a gumbled voice. That the gumbled voice, he ran away, and rather Benjamin Franklin got shocked because of this experiment. So that was a fun fact. Again, everyone know like the fashion capital of the world is Paris. So on the same place, on the initial time, on the 1800s, there was a fashion thing, like people used to wear big hats with lightning rods on it. Can you imagine, right? Big caps with lightning rods on it, because people think they can be protected from the lightning because of this rod. So that was a fashion thing about it, right? So it came to fashion, and everyone imitated it. It was not only on the fashion field but also on the medical field. For problems like headache or bald headed, who are losing their hair, has treatment with the support of electricity. But I'll tell you, it was really fake. There was like a medical cap given to this headache and bald headed people for treatment, which can be used at like the night time. So the fake doctors, used to insert secret magnets in the cap, and whenever the patient put this cap on their head,
They feel like, oh, something happening, or some changes have been happening, so it may cure my headache, it might grow new hair for me. But that was a fake thing happening behalf of this electricity.
So you guys, another thing, you guys have seen like the electric lines, the transmission lines all over our houses coming and going. So those are thin wires, right? When the 11 kV lines are like this thin, and some might have insulators. So on that time, the wire, the transmission lines were covered with thick blanket, and nothing was earthed. You guys know the how our earthing works, and transformers, and even the post, everything need to be grounded onto the soil. But there was no earthing on that time, and as you all know, like people used to get shocks, and things getting much worse because of these things. So those were the fun facts, guys. I think every one of you might know the AC and DC, the alternating current and the direct current, which is a direct flow and a fluctuating flow. So, on the initial time when AC was introduced or being found out on nearly the 1800s, so there was even war on base of this AC and DC, because people were fighting and battling around with the use of this AC and DC, and because they were initially having lots of trouble with the current, because the lots of risk factors are there, right? So people used to get arc flashes with this electric equipments. People used to get shock and really hazardous environment they can't handle. They are not trained to handle this electricity, so there was really struggle on that. And again, the infrastructure was very poor. Like the government was building everything, they used the underground transmission and they failed. They used the overground transmission, they failed. They again planned things, get trial run fail, trial run fail. That was the thing happening on that time. So now, so that's everything. So on knowing all these things, we should be really thankful, right? So from this was it was on the late 1880s, late 1800s. Everything was practically getting into action. Like all these ideologies were practically getting into actions on 1800s and 1900s. Electricity getting established. So see how are we now. Like we can't live without electricity in a single day. If you wake up in the early morning, if there is no electricity on the day, is there a power cut or something, our all day will be lost. And I've seen like the recent uh, blackout happened in the Europe, some parts of Europe, including the Paris. People were stuck in the middle of the world. They can't do anything. People gathered with all the candlelights and all that. Lots of business, the $1 billion business fall, and all the uh, business, everything fall because of this electricity. So it's all happened within those 1,000 years before. So we should be really thankful. So we are here in a world with electricity and lots of these things. So yeah, I think if this video give any beneficial information or changed your thought regarding this electricity, so give us a thumb and like, share, subscribe. Thank you, guys.